everyone, hello Sir Adi, my name is Aldha Dwiputri from the International Management class, batch 2019. In this video, I will answer the midterm exam questions, so we will start from the first questions. I always attend the OB course through the Zoom application because in my opinion, apart from that it is a compulsory subject, OB is very important to study for me who takes the HRM concentration. The book I studied was Organizational Behavior, second edition by Terry A. Skandura. What I get is OB is defined as the study of individuals and their behavior at work. It is a multidisciplinary and multi-level research area that draws from applied psychology, cultural anthropology, communication, and sociology. OB was born from human relations that have been found by the Hawthorne studies. The Hawthorne studies were two studies conducted by Australian-born psychologist Aldha Mayo at the Western Electric Company near Chicago. First is definition from according to Timothy A. Judge. Organizational behavior is a field of study that investigates the influence of individuals, groups, and structure on behavior in organizations, which aims to apply these kinds of knowledge to increase the effectiveness of an organization. Second is definition of organizational behavior according to Tolha. Organizational behavior is a study that concerns aspects of human behavior in an organization or a certain group. Third, definition of organizational behavior according to Khairul Umam. Organizational behavior is a field of study that studies the impact of individuals, groups, and structure on behavior in organization with the intention of applying knowledge about that things for the improvement of organizational effectiveness. And the fourth, definition of organizational behavior according to Samsir Torang. Organizational behavior is the study of what people do in organization and how this behavior affects organizational performance. And the last is definition of organizational behavior according to Andre. OB is a study of human behavior in organization. An organization is a group of individuals who are coordinated to work together on an ongoing basis in order to achieve common goals. Because the study of organizational behavior provides insight into how employees behave and work in the workplace, it helps us develop an understanding of the aspects that can motivate employees, improve their performance, and help organizations or companies build strong and trusting relationships with their employees so that it can be easy to achieve company goals. Moods are different from emotion in three main respects. First, moods tend to be much more long-lasting, going for hours or days, whereas an emotion may only last minutes. Second, emotions are about something specific, such as a person or situation, but moods are much more diffuse with no identifiable object. A mood is a general feeling, not a reaction to a particular situation. Third is moods are not as intense as emotions, which can be strong feelings such as exhilarations, terror, or disappear. In contrast, you might not be consciously aware that you are in a good mood or bad mood until you reflect on your response to situations. The relationship between behavior and performance within the organization is that behavior greatly affects someone's performance because if we have bad behavior, the performance result can be bad too. It will have impact on an organization if an organization has a member who has irresponsible behavior in the organization. It will have a devastating effect and can affect how people perceive our organization. For example, if employees in our organization have arbitrary behavior and are behind perfect results, the organization can fall apart. And what is even more fatal is that if it is witnessed by the wider community, it will continue to be labeled as bad by people. Positive moods increase helping. For one, positive mood indicates that the environment is not dangerous and therefore that we can safely help others. Second, we like other people more when we are in a good mood, and they may lead us to help them. Finally, and perhaps most important, is the possibility that helping makes us feel good about ourselves, thereby maintaining our positive mood. In fact, people who are in a good mood are particularly likely to help when the help that they are going to give seems like to maintain their positive mood. But if they think that the helping is going to spoil their good mood, even people in a good mood are likely to refuse to help. Personal distress and empathy as determinants of helping. Empathy refers to an effective response in which a person understands and even feels another person's distress and experience even the way the other person does. Empathy seems to be a biological aspect of human nature, an emotion that is an integral part of being human and that is designed to help us help. Guilt increases helping. Although positive moods can increase helping, negative emotion can do so. The idea is that if helping can reduce negative feelings we are experiencing, then we may help in order to get rid of those bad feelings. Emotion and moods can be caused by many reasons. First is personality. As all individuals, we must have built-in tendencies to experience certain moods and emotions more frequently than others do. We also differ in how intensely we experience the same emotion, while those who are effectively intense experience good and bad moods and emotions more deeply. Second is day of the week or time of the day. You will have guessed by now that people tend to be in their worst mood early in the week and in their best mood late in the week. Monday morning is therefore not the best time to reveal bad news or ask someone for a favor. The third one is weather. Have you heard of illusory correlations? It is the tendency of people to associate two events when in reality there is no connection. Many people think so, but the weather has a little influence on our mood. And the fourth is stress. Stress can affect our moods and emotion negatively. The effects both over time and constant level of stress can worsen our moods and emotion. Fifth is social activities. For most of us, social activities increase positive moods and have a little effect on negative mood. Positive mood seeks out social interactions. Physical, informal, and Epicurean activities are more strongly related to positive mood than formal and sedentary events. And the sixth is sleep. I bet that sleep is by far your favorite source. Indeed, sleep quality does affect mood. If you are tired, you are more likely to feel fatigue, anger, and hostility, and therefore it can impair decision making and make it difficult to control emotions. Seventh is exercise. Another favorite. Seventh is exercise. In fact, exercise enhances our positive mood. This is especially good for depressed people. Eighth is age. Negative emotions seem to occur less as people get older. Highly positive moods last longer for older individuals, while bad moods fade more quickly than for younger people. Emotional experience improve with age. The last is gender. Women are more emotionally expressive than men. They experience them more intensely and hold into emotion longer than men. They display more frequent expression of positive and negative emotion except anger. This is because men are thought to be tough and brave. Women are social and nurturing, so they show more positive moods. Personality affects all aspects of a person's performance, even how he reacts to a situation on the job. Not every personality is suited for every job position, so it's important to recognize personality traits and pair employees with their duties that fit their personality the best. This can lead to increased productivity and job satisfaction, helping your organization to function more efficiently. Personality can be seen as the motor which drives behavior. To study personality scientifically, we must first be able to measure it. How do psychologists deal with these issues? As we will soon see in several different ways. First is self-report test of personality, questionnaires and inventories. Second is projective measure of personality. Third, others measures, behavior observation, interviews, and biological measure. Fourth is personality and health, the type A behavior pattern, sensation seeking, and longevity. The last is personality and behavior in work setting. Personality measurement carried out by researchers use 5 personality traits or big 5 personality traits with personality dimension, namely agreeableness, extraversion, conscientiousness, neuroticism, and openness to experience. Personality traits reflect people's characteristic patterns of thoughts, feelings, and behavior. Personality traits imply consistency and stability. Someone who scores high on a specific trait, like extraversion, is expected to be sociable in different situations and over time. They are: first is openness, the tendency to appreciate new art, ideas, value, feelings, and behavior. Example, enjoying seeing people with new types of haircuts and body piercing, creates imaginative and traditional. And the second is conscientiousness, the tendency to be careful on time for appointments, to follow rules, and to be hardworking. Example, never late for a date, organized, hardworking, neat, persevering, self-discipline. The third is extraversion, the tendency to be talkative, sociable, and to enjoy others. The tendency to have a dominant style. Example, being the life of the party, active, optimistic, fun-loving, and affectionate. The fourth is agreeableness, the tendency to agree and go along with others rather than to assert one's own opinions and choices. Example, agrees with other people's political opinions, good nature, forgiving, gullible, and helpful. And the last is neuroticism, the tendency to frequently experience negative emotions such as anger, worry, and sadness, as well as being interpersonally sensitive. Example, constantly worrying about little things, insecure, hypochondriacal, feelings, and inadequate. The hypothesis describes type A individuals as outgoing, ambitious, rigidly organized, highly status conscious, impatient, anxious, proactive, and concerned with time management. People with type A personalities are often high achieving or workaholics. They push themselves with deadlines and hate both delays and ambivalence. People with type A personalities experience more job-related stress and less job satisfaction. Type B is a behavior pattern that is lacking in type A behavior. A-B personality is a continuum where one either leans to be more type A or type B. The hypothesis describes type B individuals as a contrast to those of type A. Type B personality, by definition, are known to live at lower stress levels. They typically work steadily and may enjoy achievement, although they have a greater tendency to disregard physical or mental stress when they do not achieve. When faced with competition, they may focus less on winning or losing than their type A counterpart, and more enjoying the game regardless of winning or losing. So these are my personality test results. The first video talks about the process of constructing perception in human mind, while the second video is talking about the definition of perception and it proves that perception is just an illusion and it can also constructed from the game of our mind. The first video speaker is Emily MC Worthy, and the second video speaker is from Wings Education. The first video explained the perception is just how we make sense of things, how we interpret our world, how we judge things, but each person has different frame of reference that is based on the background, environments, and cultures. All of those factors become the reason why misunderstanding perception in such a common case. Each person is coming from different experiences and backgrounds. There are three processes of perception that are selection, organization, and interpretation. In the other hand, the second video talks about how humans usually and generally are trying to see things in continuation. The speaker suggests us to think twice before perceiving anything. Think whether is it true or is it just a game that we made in our mind. From watching this video, I have become more understand about what is real definition of perception and how do we learn to understand that perception as a part of our mind illusion. They also give the explanation of how perception is basically are just based on each of our personal thing. Perception can based on our environments, background, culture, and age. Misunderstanding and error in communication is such a common thing that happen because of different perception. According to me, perception to employees and to company is really important because if the both parties are having different perception toward things and do not communicate it well, then it could lead to conflict. To maintain perception, both of employee and company should be together open and keep the effort to try understanding others. By maintaining a perception, it would decrease conflict and make the relationship between the both parties to become more in harmony.